Welcome to the Trust in Mae Podcast, where we have real talk and ask hard questions to inspire healing or just more trauma humor. Either way, trust Mae, it's probably going to hurt. Welcome back to the Trust in Mae Podcast. I am so excited. I have a special treat. Hopefully the first of many. I am honored, I am privileged to have this evening with us my mom visiting for the first time on my podcast. So welcome, Mom. Thank you so much for joining us. So I'm excited because today's episode is going to be just a chance for me to introduce my mom, for you guys to get a chance to know a little bit more about her. Obviously, you guys have heard a lot about just how much our relationship is growing and healing, and just how much I'm in awe of her grace and compassion and how much I'm learning from her. But today, I want to give her a chance just to present herself. I'm going to ask her some questions. And that way, you guys get to know her as more than just my mom that I'm always bragging about, but also as the woman that she is, because she's beautiful inside and out. So,
Thank you.
okay. So I just want to start with some simple stuff for them to get to know you.
Okay.
Introduce yourself to the world.
Hi. Well, I'm Maymar's mom, and
Name?
my name is Marcina Guevara. I'm I was born in Oklahoma, so I am a Native American with some Spanish, which is Latin America. Well, no, maybe I think it's more Spain than Latin because we did 23andMe. I always thought it was Latin America, but it's more like Spaniard or European Spanish. So that was a nice little learn or education that I received. And then, yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I moved to Houston about 25 years ago and started working for oil and gas, and been in oil and gas for almost 24 years now, and I really like it. And this is where I'm at, and this is where I made my home. So
She's badass at her job, just saying.
I really
Seriously.
enjoy my job.
I thought she was going to say, I really am badass. Yeah, she is. She is.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's hard to give myself accolades. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you. I do
yes.
get it quite often from my president.
So that's like the short version. She's from Oklahoma. She's native. She's got some Spanish blood. She moved to Houston. She's a hard worker. So I'm going to ask some fun questions. That way we can get to know her on a more personal level, okay? So tell us something that you enjoy, that you love to do, something about you that has nothing to do with being a mom.
Oh, well, besides drinking beer and hanging out on the patio, I enjoy biking. I've always been very athletic. I love to run. However, I had to give that up about 5 years ago. I ran many marathons, but that's okay. I learned a new love, which is cycling. So I cycle a lot with Brad, my boyfriend, and we do about 21 miles on Saturday and Sunday. And since we purchased our bikes last year, March, we have ridden over 1,500 miles in 1 year. So that could tell you how much we enjoy riding
That's
bikes.
nuts. And they've like, I hope they don't mind me sharing, but they have eaten pavement and still recovered, both of them, different times. And they're just like, yeah, it'll be fine. We're going to heal. And then they do. And then they just keep on going.
When you're down, when you get knocked down, you gotta get right back up and keep going.
That's a fact, literally. I
I
love
don't
that.
care where you're at, you can't stop. Just put a bandage on it or wipe it off and just keep going.
That's a fact. It's inspiring for sure. So, if you had to ask your friends, your closest friends, to describe you in 3 words or a short phrase, how would you think that they would describe you? Your good friends.
My very good close friends would describe me for sure. I'm empathetic, I'm charming, and I'm kind.
Mm. Oh, yes. All 3 of those. She a little troublemaker. Just kidding. Y'all
I
wonder
can
where I
be
get it
that
from?
too.
Y'all wonder where I get it from. But all of those things are true. And they're all 3 things that I have had to grow in Not the empathy part, but definitely the being charming with the kindness side. I've had to grow in that, and I am thankful every time I can look at you and see how much naturally I inherited from you, but also just watching the way that you handle people with such grace. It's been inspiring to a fault sometimes. Like she's so nice that I'm like, I'll get them for you. But it's balance, right? Because
It
sometimes
is.
I'm like, "I'll get him," and she's like, "Well, wait a minute."
Well, I have my times where I feel like, "Ah," but it's okay. You just work through it, take a deep breath, and just, how you eat an elephant. They say you eat an elephant by the ass, but no, one bite at a time is the truth.
That's my favorite.
You
That's
start from
so
the ass, is what they say. Sorry.
but one bite at a time, no matter where you start. That's the best. Okay. So,
Sorry.
speaking of, no, that's great. We're all about keeping it real here. And I'm glad that your humor is coming out because that's one of my favorite things about our relationship. What are you most proud of in life, in your life?
What am I most proud of?
Hmm.
Besides my children,
Hmm.
I'm very proud that I have had pivotal people in my life that truly loved me and guided me and tried to help me s- be successful. And I had to really work hard for it and listen. So um, I would have not gotten where I am today in my and not just in my personal life or my relationship, but in my job too. So I'm very proud of that. That I can look back and say, "Wow, you've come a long way, baby." And I'm thankful, very thankful. Uh, I did make some strong choices. I made some good ones and some bad ones, but that's okay because that's what made me stronger. And I learned from those mistakes. I regret a lot of those mistakes, but you know what? I had to grow from those to make it where I'm at today. And that's what I'm most thankful for, that I'm here and I'm still alive and I can share that with you today.
Well, I am proud of you for that
Thank you.
because really, at the end of the day, y'all, like she downplaying it a little bit. She easily could have been a statistic, which would have made me a statistic. And
Yes.
the more I learn about my mom's life and some of our heritage, our background, the struggles, and I see where she is, what she just said is such a profound statement because she really has been blessed with good people, but she's done a lot of work. A huge, huge part of why I have the life I have is because she refused to accept. You refused to accept what was considered normal
That's right.
or enough.
All
And
right.
for that, I'm proud of you too.
Well, thank you, Mandy. I
Seriously.
appreciate that.
Seriously.
So
I
that.
love it. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about faith. Speaking of being proud and getting all inspirational here.
Mhm.
So, if you could kind of, in a nutshell, explain what kind of role your faith has played in your life.
Um, well, since I was a little girl, my grandmother and my mother, they did take us to church. Was Native American church, and it was in our own language, and I really loved that, and I miss those days. Um, However, that's where I learned about my faith and my personal faith with God, and I got baptized in Florida. I was about 12 years old, and it was in Okeechobee Pond or lake out there. And here we're getting baptized, and somebody said alligators. So we had to get out of there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
I
fact.
got baptized. But make a long story short, I felt the Spirit calling me at that time, and it was very personal. And so I feel like that God has always had his hand in my life, and he's always guided me, and he's always protected me for all the good and all the bad, because
Mm,
there's been both.
mhm,
And between ages 1 through 13, as I say, I have great memories. But from 13 to 20, was a very hard struggle for me. That's when my father left, and our lives became very, very hectic. And school was not an option for me, and it was tough. And so, but over the years, I continued to pray and ask God, just help me, guide me, protect me, and keep me safe. And He did. And there were days that I remember that I didn't even know if I was going to survive some incidents, but He saved me. I know He did, or He sent His angels to protect me. So my faith with God is very, very strong. I know where I'm at here and here in my heart. Um, I was in the ministry. I've married your father, Evaristo, and we have our children, and we went foreign missions in South America, and we were in 58 countries, and we traveled and Latin America and all over, and we rebuilt churches, and we were evangelists, and God, I seen miracles. I really truly witnessed it with my own eyes.
Mm.
However, all of that, well, can never be taken from me because I know that my faith, well, I know God is real for one thing. I know that I grew from all of the people that was put in our lives at that time to make us stronger together, because you when you're together you grow stronger. You take one coal out, you become weak, it goes out. But no,
Mm.
when you stay together you grow strong. And yeah, then when I came back to America, I had my struggles here. Life has its evil ways,
Mm.
because it does.
It's a broken world.
It became a broken world, and my husband and I are repeated what my mother and my father went through. We went through a divorce,
Mm.
and so I was a single mom with my children, and it was a struggle, and but it's okay. I made it through it, and we made it through it. We all had we had to work, we had to go to school, we had to survive, and the struggle was real. And but after that, the kids grew up, graduated, everybody moved out of their home, and later in life, I I decided to get my theology degree.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
thanks to Maymar and her church, she invited me, and I fell in love with the curriculum that they were offering. And I always knew that God was is my plan and is in my life, and He's always going to be in my life. Therefore, I decided to do that, and I graduated. And
High five. Bachelor's degree in biblical
and
doctrine over here, y'all.
and now I can marry people.
Hey, taking applications. Aha, just kidding.
However, that's my faith, and it will be that until the day I die.
I
I
love
know
it.
my God, and I know my God knows me, and it's very personal. So,
And it shows in the way that she loves for sure.
thank you.
So, on that note, what would you say, or what kind of advice would you give to a young woman or a young Christian, maybe even a non believer, but just in general, someone that's younger, maybe they're going through it and they're wondering, like, you just said a lot about your faith and the hardships. Like, what's an encouragement that you can give them?
Well, for me, it's like I said, it's personal. So just don't stop praying.
Mm.
Don't stop asking.
Mm.
Sometimes we don't get our answers right away, but I know that He hears us, and He will find a way. He will open doors that you don't even know of, and He'll put people in your presence that that will love you, guide you, and help you. And you will know them because they will always have your best interest. And that's pure love, and
Mm.
that comes straight from God Himself.
Mm. Oh, that's so true. There's so much about, I mean, you guys hear me talk all the time about the importance of community and being discipled. And I can look at even our relationship and think of women in my life that were so impactful in us building and growing to where we are today. And then hear her stories. The more time we're spending together, the more I get to ask about what your experiences were. There were so many women in your life too that really just took the time to be intentional and pour into you. And sometimes you have to ask for it. I had to. I had to go to the church and say, "Hey, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Somebody needs to help me. please. And that's how Juliet and I got connected.
Don't
I was
ever,
like, I'm not leaving until someone helps me.
don't ever be ashamed to ask.
Exactly.
Don't ever be ashamed to
Exactly.
ask for help.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yes,
That's
it
a big
is.
one.
It's hard,
But
but you
good.
can. You can
Okay.
do it.
So
Mm.
that's beautiful. And I want to get
And
to know you on the fun side, guys,
oh,
because tonight's just an intro episode. We have so many topics that I'm like, I can't wait for the future because we're going to talk some more. Mom, she's got so much wisdom. But let's get fun. So tell us an unexpected fun fact, something people probably wouldn't even think to know about you.
oh.
I don't count because I hang out with you a lot now. So,
Okay, some fun facts about me. Well, I have recently just picked up gardening. I didn't know I could do it, and I'm growing peppers
she's
and
killing it, y'all. Well, I'm killing my plants. She's thriving her
I
plants.
mean all kinds of vegetables. And with the, I didn't know I had it in me, but I think that's rewarding because you get to see the fruits of your labor. Speaking of
Faith, yeah.
faith,
Yeah.
if you pour water into it, it's going to grow.
Yeah.
And if you take care of it, it's gonna give you what you're asking for. So I love that. And I also picked up playing the piano.
Yes, she did.
My grandmother, when I was a little girl, she was a piano player, and she played by ear. She didn't play by notes, but she played very beautifully. She would make the piano sing, and I remember when we would go to certain singings, and there would be other pianists playing, and they would see my grandmother walk in, and they would say, "Madeline, come, take over the piano." And when she took over, it was just amazing. I mean, everybody was rocking the house down, praising the Lord. And unfortunately, when you're a child, when you're young, you hear it and you think these people are always going to be around,
Mm.
and you don't realize I should have paid more attention to that talent she had.
Mm-hmm.
And and then when she died, she died not very old, and I miss that. And so it's always been in my heart to play the piano. And so I'm dabbling in that.
Oh, she's writing her own music. She's being modest, y'all.
Yeah,
Like she's killing it. Okay,
I like
be
it.
great grandma Massey who, because she's definitely killing it.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
Yeah.
What is your go-to comfort food?
My comfort food besides hot Cheeto chips
That's good stuff.
is shortbread and coffee. I love.
Oh,
That's my comfort food.
I didn't know
Shortbread.
that.
Yeah, I like shortbread. Yeah.
I learned something new.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was
It's
gonna
very
get something
good.
else, but I like. Okay,
Delicious.
good to know.
Yeah.
Shortbread and coffee.
Uh-huh.
And if
Yes.
you could give advice to your younger self.
That's a very good question, and thank
Mhm.
you for asking that. I would have listened to my elders
Mm.
more. I would have paid attention and tried to understand what they were trying to express to me about the good life, and to stay focused instead of listening to my friends.
Mm.
We all do that, and that's just the innocence in us. We just do that. But if I could, I would definitely tell you that there are days that I had to wake up. What's that saying? Fake it until you make it.
Mm.
But that's not always good
Mhm.
because I don't want to
Mhm.
fake anything. But I do know if you shower yourself up, dress yourself up, when you look good, you feel good.
Mhm.
And that will make you, it will open doors for you to do what you need to do for that day to get through that day.
Mhm. That's good.
And listen to some good Christian music or any kind of music that makes you feel good. And dance if you need to.
Mm. That's so
That's
good.
okay.
Yes.
And that's only on my part for the female side. I know there's male sides, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to interview your father
Yes.
and get his side as well, because he's definitely got
I don't
probably
know if
some
my dad
great.
wants to be on the. I'll ask him, but we're already
He's
working
probably
on
he's
Brad.
he's.
Trying to get Brad on the
Oh yeah, I
podcast.
like to get
He'll be
Brad.
more fun anyway.
Yeah.
I love you, Dad, but You don't listen, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
But
Y'all,
that's
y'all
my
be a prayer.
advice. So,
Well, and I love that advice because what she's saying is true. There are some days that just getting up and showering is a feat. And
yes.
it's okay if you have a day that the most you can do is bathe yourself. That's still a good day. We have to show ourselves, I think, some grace and compassion and be able to say, hey, I showered, I listened to positive music, I danced a little bit, and I just did one thing today that was good for me. I think especially nowadays, we're in such a constant stimulation, a hustle culture that we don't really have space or room for hard days.
Yeah.
And I
This
think that's the most kind, loving thing we can do for
for ourselves.
ourselves.
I
Yeah,
really agree.
I love that. Well, anything in last minute, last things you want to touch on? Any ideas for future conversations? I have like a million, but obviously I want your input too. Any questions for me?
Well, first thing, thank you for inviting me to your podcast,
I'm so
and
excited.
me too. Thank you, and you're doing great. I'm proud
Thank
of you,
you.
Maymar. Really, I am. I pray that it goes where you want it to go,
Where
and
God wants it to go.
God will make sure it goes where it needs to
Yes.
go. I get that, and I spoke that into being right now, so it's going to
Yes.
happen.
Thank you.
And yeah, just the last thing I would like to add is I want you in my life forever, and I want all my kids in my life forever. I want my kids to be healthy, and I'm very proud of every one of you. And for all of you out there, um, just remember you are special, and don't forget it. Just don't forget it, and can come back for more of Maymar's
Mm.
podcast, for more learning, and she can be the one to help you if you have any prayer requests.
Mm.
I will pray with her and lift you up. Whatever it is, it's okay. That's
My mom's offering to be your mom too. Welcome to the family.
it.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Love
Lola.
you.
You
God
too.
bless you.
God bless you
And thank you, Lola.
for being.
Grandma spoils Lola.
Oh,
Well, that's a wrap.
thank you.